Hey everybody, it's Jordan from Us Geeks, and today I'm going to give you a short video on the Attack Wing Dungeons & Dragons Month 3 prize kit, including the Adult Bronze Dragon. So sit back, take a watch, hope you enjoy. Alright everybody, like I said, today I'll be looking at the Month 3 OP Grand Prize, the Adult Bronze Dragon from D&D Attack Wing. Here's the model. It's a nice pose, but I think the colors are pretty ugly. It's doing a good job of, you know, being a bronze dragon, but I think it's not pleasing to the eye. Maybe that's by design, but I just think it's not pleasing to the eye. That said, the pose is pretty dynamic and pretty aggressive. You've got all the forelegs and the hind legs coming forward, looking like they're going to grab onto something and have some noms for a while. So the pose itself is nice, but the color I'm not that keen on. There's some good gradiating on the top of the wings, not so much on the bottom. You know, I don't know if you can see that well in the video, but I mean there's some distinction of colors. Even just a simple wash would probably help some of this stand out, and then some highlighting on the edges and across the tops. And I might get around to doing that right now, but not right now. So that's the model itself. It is a nice pose, but I don't like the coloring. Now as for the cards and stats, the Bronze Dragon Adult, the named version is level 11. Kalindratar is the name. And you can see it's got a pretty decent stat line. 4 attack, 1 defense, 5 health, and 2 armor. And all the standard actions, as well as a melee bite and a melee 2 bite and a tail melee 2. So good attack in the front and the rear. And it comes with 3 dragon upgrades and 2 arcane upgrades. The named version is 43 points and the generic version is 33. And the named version got a very nice power. The extra attack dice when she's at range, she's in combat at range 1. Actually extra attack and defense. So at range 1 that takes her up to 5 and 2, which is pretty nice. So she's designed to want to be up close and personal, and that's cool. This is a game that's rewards aggression, and so wanting to get her in there fast, get the dragon in there fast to get that bonus die is playing right into that design. The problem is, she doesn't necessarily have the best dial to get there, with only straight 4 being her longest movement. So it's not necessarily going to be a first round chance to get right across the board, but if both sides are very aggressive, maybe you'll get that, get the die on the first attack round. Probably not until the second. That said, it's a pretty standard dial. Not a lot of red, just the sharp 2s, and then the come about, and then the ground dial is what you'd expect. A little bit more red, she's a little more ungainly on the ground, but it does have the pivot and a backup 1. So pretty standard dial there, I think. Nothing fancy. In terms of dials, I still really like the green dragon dial the best, and the gold dragon with that long straight. That is really appealing. So compared to some of the other dragon dials, this is nothing special. Where it does get special though is the add-ons. So it comes with 4 dragon upgrades. Named version can slot 3 of them. Generic version can slot 2. For 2 points you get the flyby attack. After performing a bite attack in the air, you may immediately discard this upgrade to perform an immediate white 3 maneuver forward. So this is kind of like the Frost Giant. His little drive-by, smack somebody and move on by him. Here you can bite somebody and fly on by him. War Dancer, 3-point unique. I kind of like this. It appeals to the the random that I like. Whenever you inflict critical damage against a creature, you may disable this upgrade to discard the first face-up damage card that is drawn and replace it with a new face-up damage card. Must be equipped to a bronze dragon. So you get a crit that you don't really like, you wanted somebody stunned or something like that, you can pop this out and make them redraw that crit. I think that's pretty cool. And it's only a 3-point disable, it's not a discard, so you can do this again. Repulsion Breath. This I think is this is my favorite dragon upgrade in the box. This will cut down a lot of dragon shenanigans. It's a 3-point. It's not unique. So unfortunately, right now it's only coming with the dragon prize kit. I would really like to see 2 of these on the board, because I think that would cut down on a lot of white dragon shenanigans and a lot of, well, just a lot of dragon shenanigans in general. But Repulsion Breath. Every creature in range 3 cone, ground, or air in your forward firing arc receives the continuous effect below. Continuous effect. Each affected creature's primary weapon value is halved, rounded up, whenever they are within range 1 to 2 of you. When this effect ends, for any reason, discard this card. So it gets 2 cooldowns on it, and costs +5 for if you're not a bronze dragon. But Repulsion Breath combined with Kelendradar's desire to be up close and personal, really good combination. So you can blast this on the way in. It'll last for another turn. And then their counterattack against you or any of your allies is going to be significantly cut. And since it's a cone, you could be hitting a lot of extra vulture targets there rather than just your main. So I really like this for a 3-point non-unique. I hope this gets redone in a general retail pack, because I'd like to put 2 of these on 2 dragons and see how that works. The last dragon upgrade is its breath weapon. Lightning Breath. It's pretty standard. Splat value equal to your primary attack weapon value. Cost +5 for non-lightning dragons. Primary weapon attack ranged 4 in a line. Ground or air. So just like all the other breath weapon attacks, it's nothing fancy, just goes out there, breathes his stuff, and away he goes. Also comes with 2 spells. He's got 2 arcane slots on the named and none on the generic. And these are some very nice spells. I don't necessarily know that I would use them on Kelendritar, but they're just generally cool. First is Cloud Kill. Got to be level 9 or better to use it. So there'll be a lot of arcane, either caster or dragons that can use this. Disable this upgrade to put 2 cooldowns on it, and then place a burst token anywhere within range 1 to 3 of your forward arc. The burst token receives continuing effect below. During the end phase, make a 3-die attack against a creature on the ground who is touching Make a 3-die attack against each creature on the ground who is touching or positioned within range 1 of the burst token. These creatures do not roll defense dice against these attacks. No combat tokens can be spent. These attacks penetrate armor. So it's a Cloud Kill was one of my favorite spells back in the day, the paper and pencil game, and Baldur's Gate. Yeah, I think this was in one of the video games. So that's pretty cool. I like this spell. It's good kind of crowd control. Throw this down on some troops, or where people have some of their hero level stuff kind of maybe milling about inappropriately close together. And this is going to do some indefensible damage. You don't get dice, and it penetrates armor. It's only 3 attack dice, but when you don't defend against it, it's an opportunity for a big punch right at the end of the round. And so I like it. I like it. I like some of the bursts, and this is one of my favorite bursts. And over here, again, adding free damage is always good. Big B's Hand. The Big B's line of spells was always one of my favorite in the first ed paper and pencil game. So it's cool to see this stuff being embraced here. So continuous effect. Roll +2 defense dice against melee attacks. You may also perform the following attack once during each combat phase. Oh, and it'll get 2 cooldowns. Attack. Make a 3 dice melee attack against one creature at range 1 to 3 in my forward arc. This is a free attack and does not count towards your 1 attack for the round. So they will get to roll defense dice, but with this spell you're essentially getting 2 attacks while it's in effect. And that's pretty darn cool. You get to double up your attacks. This is just a 3-die attack. It's not your primary weapon attack value. So on a dragon, you're probably taking a hit on the dice. But give this to your Sun Elf Wizard, who has a relatively low primary attack. Then you can do this and use another attack option with his actual non-free attack. It can be pretty cool. I think this is a good combo for anybody that can take an arcane. Somebody that either has a high primary attack, or somebody with a medium or low high primary attack, but wants just wants to buff themselves up for a couple of rounds to get an extra attack in. I think this is a really cool card. It's 9+ again, same as Cloudkill. It's 5 points, and I think this is a pretty good card. I think for 5 points, this is pretty solid. It's not unique, but I don't know that I'd invest 10 points in it. But I think this is a cool card, and I'm definitely going to enjoy playing with it. As with all their figures, prize and regular, comes with all the tokens you're going to need. Punched out the dials and the plate already, but it's going to come with everything you need. All your cooldowns, all your actions, all your effect, squares, your burst, everything like that. Oop, falling apart. His nameplate and the generic. So it's a pretty standard prize pack. Overall, I'm not keen on the figure, but everything that comes with it I really like. 43 points, level 11, middle of the road cost, middle of the road stats, standard 3 and 2 for a dragon. Nothing here that makes me say a really amazing prize, but between Cloudkill, Repulsion Breath, and Big B's Hand, those are definitely things I would use this for, just to get the Repulsion Breath out. I'm not going to pay the penalty for sticking it on a non-bronze dragon. Hopefully at some point there'll be a different bronze dragon that I like a bit better, but the Repulsion Breath and Kalindratar's close range attack bonus, attack and defense bonus, I think that's worth trying at least once. The other part of the OP kit this month, as with the previous 2 months, is the Regalia. Regalia of Bahamut and Regalia of Tiamat, or Adornments of Tiamat, sorry. As with the previous months, double-sided card, Tiamat on one side, Bahamut on the other. Same as with the other month, it's the same effect, it's just how you stick it on your card. Free action, discard this upgrade to target one enemy creature at range 1 to 3 in any direction who is lower level than you. Choose one of that creature's upgrades and place a number of cooldowns on that upgrade equal to the number of artifacts of Bahamut remaining in your legion, including this one. So Bahamut cannot be attached to an evil creature, and Tiamat's cannot be attached to a good creature. Cost of the artifacts in your legion, the cost is the number of artifacts in your legion at the start of the game. So currently you can have all 3 artifacts as long as you have 3 different creatures, and this one would cost 3. But then using it, since you can include this one when you proc it, you'd get to put 3 extra cooldowns on a creature's upgrade. take away that Red Dragon's Breath for 3 more rounds, take away, excuse me, take away the Sun Elf Caster's Disintegrate for 3 more rounds. He's probably only going to get that off once at that point. I think this is my favorite of the Regalia / adornments. This is one I would definitely not waste the points because they're both useful, but I would definitely use all 3 if I was going to use this, just to make the upgrade that I do target pretty much go away for the rest of the game. Most things come with a 2 to 3 cooldown, and then tap it out for 3 more rounds if you do have all 3. I think that's a really good cost benefit for just 3 points as we stand now in month 3, and only two other pieces of Bahamut and Tiamat. So that's the entire kit. That I don't think I discussed the participation prizes in my last video, but yeah, this is the participation prize. Everybody that shows up should get one of these if the store orders enough. And the dragon itself is the big prize for the month. I think it's a solid kit, like I said. Not keen on the dragon. Like a lot of the attachments though, and so far my favorite of the Regalia and adornments is the month 3. So hope that's been useful to you. Good luck in your tournament play. Hope you win one of these.